Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you should so choose and it resonates. So with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have the Star card. This is the Star card literally represents the sign of Aquarius in the tarot. So this is a week where not only are you showing up more as yourself than you have maybe in a while, but this is you really tapping into this big, bold Aquarian energy that is pervading the whole year. I think this is going to be a very powerful week for a lot of Aquarius people, and I think in a lot of ways this is going to see you really tapping into the energy that is the shift of energy that is taking place in your sign. Now what I like most about this as well, the Star card tends to, your key card tends to inform all of this. So where is it that you are ready for, where is it that you're ready for new ideas? Where is it that you're ready for new endeavors? And more importantly, where is it that you are ready to start really effectively building a dream, a tribe or a group of some sort around the things that you really feel are important to you? The other thing with the Star card as well, this can very often talk about some form of technology or technological advancement. So if you work in any of those kinds of fields, this could be a great week for you. For your actions and options, you have the King of Pentacles. So very focused on the career, on the work this week. I think for a lot of Aquarius people as well, this is going to see you really starting to understand the material experience that you want, but also starting to build the steps to creating that. Remember, the Star card gives you a glimpse of what is to come. So this week, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, when it comes to even to your finances, this week you'll be getting a glimpse of how things are going to shape up for you and what you might need to do. What I also feel from this as well, because that King of Pentacles, sometimes it's about the rewards that we get. Sometimes it's the results of the efforts that we've put in. Remember, the King of Pentacles is literally the last card in the entire deck. So there is an element of like, this has been a long time coming. But the fact that you have this in your actions and options, it's basically the results. This is where you get to see, this is what I've done. These are the results of the efforts that I've put in. Like, I don't think it's going to be all of it either, because remember, the Star card, it's only a glimpse. It gives you just like a little glimpse at the way something is going to eventually evolve or come about. For your communications and conversations, you have the Eight of Swords. Please be careful what you say online this week. I will say that, you know, if you're posting on social media, if you are, you know, a content creator like me in any way, shape or form, and I will be adhering to this, just be very cautious about what you say this week. Why do I say that? Wider world communication, interconnections, the internet, all of that stuff, the Star card. The Eight of Swords, constriction, confinement, etc. Now, one way that this could play out on the wider world stage, we may very well see some sort of new development or advancement when it comes to the whole censorship thing, you know, which we're seeing a lot of anyway. But I think this week we could see an interesting development on that storyline. But when it comes to all of us on the microcosmic level, just be very clear about what you're saying, and more importantly, be very cautious about what you say on the wider world, you know, especially on the web or the internet. Excuse me. For those of you that work for somebody else, your Eight of Swords, I mean, in a way, it really is going to see you kind of, whatever projects have been initiated by your boss, by your superiors, by your company, unfortunately, these are things that you're either going to have to be in for the long haul, or maybe it's going to see you asking yourself, actually, am I in this job or this company for the long haul? It's going to see you really asking yourself what's important to you on that sort of level. When it comes to your, for those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, ask yourself, right? What do you see yourself doing for the long term? I think this week you could get an understanding that, you know what, my business, what I do, how I do it, it all needs to evolve. It all needs to change in some way, shape or form. It may be as well that this week is just really busy, especially if you offer like a service, like I do. You might find this week that you are just really, really busy. Like there's just constant bookings, there's constant need or demand for what you do. Don't complain, right? It's always good to be busy. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, quite frankly, this would be a really good week to put your time and effort into volunteering for troubled youth. This would be a good time to, volunteer for, working with people that are have been in prison. Like any sort of charity work, really, to be quite frank, would be a good use of your time and energy this week, especially for people or young people that have been under it in some way, shape or form. So phenomenal. For your money and materials this week, you have the Ace of Swords. I love this, especially because it's coupled with the King of Pentacles. This isn't just career advancement, but this is new contracts, it's new money, new ways of making money. It is possibly for some of you being approached by a big company to align yourself with. It is you possibly getting news of an interview if you've applied for a job, etc. This is really, really great news. And I think for a lot of you, when it comes to the finances, there is a big light at the end of the tunnel this week, which is great. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your Ace of Swords for me is always your noggin, right? So this week, surprise, shocker, if Aquarius is going to have any challenge or ailment, it really is just asking you to get out of the future, Aquarius, come into the present moment. Remember, the Ace of Swords represents your mind as well as many other things, but the message here is get out of the future. Don't look at the past. I mean, Aquarians very rarely look back. It's one of our defining awesome traits, but it can also be a toxic trait of Aquarians as well. It's like, no, I refuse to look backward. I refuse to go, it's forward and forward only. Sometimes that can be sometimes it can be something that holds them up or back. But yeah, it's probably going to be more mental anguish this week that might get in the way. So just be aware of that. For those of you that are having any form of surgery this week, you can rest assured that it will go well. The results of that will be very good, actually, especially because you've got the Star card. So for those of you that are having anything done on the physical body, especially where, things like the nervous system are involved, especially anything to do with the lower parts of the body, so like your legs, knees, anything like that, all of that stuff is highly favored. And for a select few of you, if you're having anything to do with your kidneys looked at, or stuff like that, any surgeries around that, you have really good results here. I'm not a doctor or a medical professional, but I can tell you what I see. Now, when it comes to your home and environment, this could be literally, Aquarians, I've said this for like literally every sign. Everyone's moving this week. But this could be the week where you finally settle on the place that you want to go. You might not necessarily find the home or the apartment or the house, but this week it's like you definitely settle on a location. So great. For your love and relations, you got the Sun. I love it, right? Look at this. And so that Eight of Swords can basically just fucking do one. Excuse my language, sorry, that was very unprofessional, Raf, but I love this. So for those of you that are single, you could be meeting somebody on the internet. I've given you the whole catfish speech. But you could be meeting someone this week. For a select few of you, you may be meeting this person through your work, through the course of your duties. For a lot of you though, when it comes, for those of you that are married, partnership, relationship, etc., the Sun card you could ask for, you can't get any better, right? The Sun card always brings light, heat, blessings, abundance, and even vitality to everything that it touches. For those of you that have had challenges in your relationships, even your communications this week, for those of you that have challenges in your relationship, the Sun card basically says, yes, there will be some challenging conversations, but there will be progress. Like this, if it's just been, you know, hard conversations and arguments and bickering and all the rest of it, the Sun card basically says that this week progress will be made. So whatever bickering or arguments or challenges come up in the communications of your relationship, you can trust that they will lead somewhere this time. They will have a satisfactory conclusion. You will understand your partner better on that sort of level. As for those of you that are meeting somebody, I really like this, especially given the fact that the King of Pentacles is in your actions and options. This kind of suggests to me that the partner that you're attracting or drawing to you has a very sort of, like, they have their feet on the ground, and what you will bring to them is the fact that they need to let their mind wander or go a little bit more. You know, it's like you need to stretch a bit broader or a bit wider, which is fantastic. Such a good mix of energies. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.